Sean Byrne in the goal, John Sullivan on close defense, and Evan Plunkett at the midfield. UMass is coming off an impressive 9-6 campaign where they fell to Richmond in the Atlantic 10 semifinals. UMass has had many hyped men for Army. As we start with a violation there. Here's Drunzik. Set the ball in his stick a lot on this possession. Tries to turn the corner. He shoots, and a save by Byrne. Sean Byrne with his first save of 2026, and Army comes up with the ground ball at Sullivan. Those first-time ground balls are going to be gets things started for Army. Here comes Army in transition. And what a save by Salinger. This is going to be an out. And here comes Army. It's Hill Plunkett. He's been moved from midfield to attack. And he turns the corner and he scores. Hill Plunkett gets the party started for Army. And he has the first goal of 2026 for the Black Knights. Army with great ball movement. They're testing. And great job by UMass. It's Cooper, Gavin Cooper with the turnover. And here's Drunzik, captain, moves it one more. One more on the crease. And what a save by Sean Byrne. At North Carolina, made 19 saves in a Army victory. And he has been hot ever since. And we're going to have a penalty turnover. Looks like Army was offsides. Midfielders usually play above the cage, so invert opposite as we get in a two-man game here on the wing. Jack Turowski on the corner, turns and he scores. Jack Turowski, the sophomore from the Berkshire School from Massachusetts, back to his natural spot in the attack, was a midfielder a year ago. One of the top freshmen in the country a year ago. Now a sophomore. Here's Fellows. Moves it one more. Great defense by UMass to close out, but Army able to escape, and Plunkett will settle things down. Evan Plunkett tries to get top side. Moves it one more, and he can't connect with Fellows. Here's Drunzik with Sullivan. UMass will keep their long stick on the field in a two-man game, and can't connect there. Those opportunities are risky. Here's Weisenborn. Ball put on the turf. It'll be UMass can't pick it up. And Army Fellows, senior from Colorado, turns the corner, shoots, and a save by Salinger. For today's matchup between the Army Black Knights and the UMass Minutemen. It's 1-1 with 3:57. Here comes UMass. Skip pass through, time, room, and Sean Byrne is standing on his head early. And a phenomenal save by the senior goaltender from the great state of Georgia. And Army has tempo in transition to the 6-on-6 phase of their offensive attack. And they'll swing it to Plunkett, far side. Attacks the middle of the field. Time, room, and a save by Salinger. If you're an Army fan, that's the man you want in the middle of the field with his hands free, Evan Plunkett. And UMass makes the save, but Army forces a scramble situation. Here come the Minutemen. Big. Here's Duva. Tries to get top side. He's working on Rose. Shoots, and another save by Byrne. Sean Byrne is lighting it up right now early in the season, but UMass pushing in transition. They've got an opportunity. Time, room, and Byrne again. Sean Byrne opportunities and just haven't been able to cash in, and part of that is because we have a goalie duel going on between Salinger and Byrne. And Army, time, room, and they score. Mike Harney, the junior from Mahopac, New York. He puts Army no face-off. We'll be back after this. Here comes UMass on the doorstep, and Byrne again. Sean Byrne denies UMass yet again. That has been the theme of the game so far today. And Army will come up with the ground ball. It's Xander Johnson, a UMass alum. He takes over the UMass defense, doing a great job. And Fountain will attack in early offense and get Army up 3-1. And they attack right there in early offense. Brayton Fountain, a freshman sensation. Here's Drunzik. Goal line extended. Turns the corner. He scores. Aiden Drunzik, the captain for UMass, cuts the lead. Here's Caleb moving it forward. Army retains possession, but UMass causing a turnover. It'll be a scrum in the middle for the ground ball. And it'll be Fountain. Clark looking to invert. Moves it one more. Plunkett can't connect. And UMass will go in transition. Here's Plunkett. Turns the corner. He scores. Hill Plunkett. Hill Plunkett showing off why he was one of the top freshmen in the country a year ago. The super sophomore is off to a great start in year 2. Here's Drunzik. He'll move it to Granara. Feeds the crease. Behind the back, he scores! Sophomore from the Berkshire School shows why Coach Smith moved him from midfield to attack this season. As a flag down, it looks like Army. It'll be on Army, and UMass will go on the power play, but there's a second flag down. So the possession is awarded to Army because UMass committed the penalty second. So the change of possession goes to Army. So Tyler Clark feeds it to Fellows. Question mark off. Here's Brother Hill. Weisenborn feeds it one more, and Salinger stands tall. By Sullivan. Here's Calvo. And Byrne comes out of the cage, and Sean Byrne is locked in today. And Tracy will clear. Army will look to run in transition. Or in the first two midfield lines. Here's Mike Harney. Gets to the middle of the field. He shoots off the pipe. Mike Harney to the middle of the field and can't get there, but Army will retain possession. Sets the pick for Fellows. Swings it to the far side. Here's Fountain. Tries to get down the alley, and save again by Salinger. Here's Cargiulo. He'll be in the invert. Moves it one more. Beats his defender. Can't connect on the crease, and Army will pick it up. Kent to attack, but also be patient. Here's Tarowski. Gets the short stick matchup. Estodge, and he scores. Jack Tarowski is on fire. That's his second. And he Estodges to the goal and gets to the heart. Teams around college lacrosse, every team is a work in progress. As we have a face-off violation, we'll see as the weeks and the games progress. Here's Plunkett. Rolls back. Moves it one more. Fountain. Time room. He scores. Brayton Fountain, the super sophomore from Plunkett, The Georgia connection puts Army up by 1. And you see the Army Black Knight bench super ecstatic. I mean, that was Turowski. And Turowski will back it up here. And when you look at UMass, they have a nice young team as well. And they're battling here against one of the best in the country. And it's because of guys like that, Turowski, inside roll. Army doesn't have an answer for Jack Turowski. Level was an outstanding player at UMass. So he's really built a phenomenal system for these offensive players with the Minutemen. Now here's Simone, and he's rejected by Salinger. And Army will pick up in Connecticut, one of the top public schools nationally. Moves it one more. Inside, and he scores. It's Cal Lambert from Brayton Fountain. Tic-tac-toe. Tyler Clark to Fountain to Lambert. And great for Cal Lambert, number 24, the senior midfielder from Victor, New York, was lost due to injury in 2024. Of the goal, Army's up 6-5 with 1 minute left here. And Army going to win the face-off with Simone. So Tracy will go to the goal, shoots it, he scores. Keegan Tracy, the senior defensive midfielder from the St. Paul School in Maryland, gets Army on a run, and they're up 7-5 with a minute left in this second quarter. You think inside the Foley Athletic Center, 35 seconds to go, 7-5 in favor of Army. We'll see what they drew up to try to get the last shot here and another goal to add on to this lead. Here's Plunkett. Gets inside, shoots, he scores. He'll Plunkett. He'll Plunkett adds to this Army lead, and he's been sensational in his attack debut for the Black Knights. Put the ball in the hands of one of your, third quarter, second half. Conditions, you don't have a ton of reps in full field at times. And UMass will start on the power play. Turowski moves it one more, feeds it, and UMass delivers out of halftime. And it's Thomas Bagnall, the freshman. You don't create a true possession advantage. UMass right here has a chance to stack possessions. And they get topside, and high-to-high, saved by Sean Byrne. Moves it one more for Fellows. Down the alley. UMass is aggressive, and they take the ball away right there. And they'll run in transition. It's Zach Early, the first opportunity. They feed it, and Byrne with the offside save. Great save by Byrne. The quick outlet. Here come the Black Knights. Here's Plunkett. 5-5. Turns the corner. He scores. Hill Plunkett on cue yet again. He is dominating right now. That's his fourth. This Army team, an embarrassment of riches. And looks like, and there's been so much attention on him, and you forget about Hill Plunkett, Brayton Fountain, and all these other players as Army will get the penalty and draw the extra man opportunity. That's Plunkett. Hopefully he's okay. He walks off under his own power. So good sign for the Black Knights. Time great for this Army program. And he spin moves. Plunkett with the dish, and almost an incredible goal by, looks like, Fellows, and can make a nice save. Feeds the crease. Can't connect with Granara. And this, here's Fellows. Moves it one more to Plunkett. Whenever you're going against a zone, you got to have presence inside just like that with Hill Plunkett. He delivers on the doorstep. He performed well today as Simone wins the faceoff, and this game is far from over. Looks like Lambert on the inside, rejected by the defenders of UMass, but we have a scramble situation here from the side. Here's Fellows. Will he look? UMass pressing out, man-to-man defense for the Minutemen. Here's Clark. Lambert moves it one more. Here's Plunkett from the low wing. Tries to get topside. Hands free, shoots over the goal. Is to have two players inside kind of overwhelm that one player. Now there's one player. And force the defense to pack it in and get opportunities on the outside and stretch the defense as Salinger makes the save. And Army will moves it one more to Granara. And UMass going to let it fly from the outside. It's yet again Jack Tarowski, number 2 for UMass. Here's Whitlinger on the doorstep, and great job by UMass, sticking the passing lane, disrupting the catch for Army, and the ball's on the turf. As advertised, both teams doing a nice job. Hill Plunkett has 5 goals, 1 assist. And Jack Tarowski has countered that with 5 goals himself. He has done a nice job. Here's Simone in transition. Will he shoot? No. Plunkett, try to get him on a short stick and coming off a pick, like right here. Plunkett to Plunkett, swings it. One more, and it's a goal. It's Gus Bell, the fresh, and then Plunkett from the midfield. This Army team's going to be dangerous, as we have a extra man opportunity for the Cadets yet again. Here's Calabrese. Time, room, and a save by Salinger. But the outlet pass, they can't connect, and Plunkett moves it. Plunkett picks it up, then he moves it. Here's Plunkett, steps in. One more to Weisenborn. Save again, Salinger. And a great ground ball by Russ Hutchinson. But Army, this tenacious ride on 4 above the cage. Weisenborn moves it one more to Calabrese. 5-hole. And Army adds on to this lead. The captain, can he get his team back in the game here? S-Dodge for UMass, saved by Byrne. Sean Byrne, great save and defender, but this is a younger defensive unit as Plunkett gets in front of the goal, off the pipe. And UMass scoops up the ground ball, but this Army ride is tenacious. And UMass being pressured and looks like and using the shot clock a little bit more. And judging by the pace of this game, just how the game is going. Here's Waxman in the invert. Finalizer. Moves it one more. Jackman. Feeds the crease. Cannot connect. That'll be a turnover. And we're going Army possession. Here's Jackman. Tries to get topside and he loses it, but UMass picks it up. And just a missed opportunity there for UMass, but it'll be a free possession. They had Granara on the back opportunities. This unit was 4th nationally in 2025, so this is a big opportunity. And that shot looks off the pipe, but looked like it could have got a piece of the net. And UMass will retain possession and another penalty flag. Here's Granara, moves it one more to Drunzik, feeds the top, and a save by Byrne. Here's Evan with a short stick, gets underneath, S-dodge, and denied by Salinger. Look to just kill some clock here. And they'll cause the turnover. And UMass will look to push in transition. And we'll talk big picture for UMass as well as they look to push it. This is a team UMass playing. UMass, Richmond, High Point, St. Joe's, and others. As UMass will go top side and they'll score. It's Matthew Cargiulo, the junior from Long Island on Manhasset. He cuts this lead schedule as well as we go back to the face-off X. And it's Caleb Caldwell, freshman from Texas, as he battles on the sideline for the ground ball. And we will go to Army. But talking big picture for UMass, 9-6 a year ago, a lot of returners. As Army staff, that they're poised to be a contender come tournament time, just like Army in their conference play. As Salinger, penalty, they were offsides, and Fellows has the dagger on the doorstep. And the Army cadets are up by 5, and the guys on the sideline, they're as much a part of the success with their effort in practice, getting the team ready, as the guys on the field. So to see them celebrating and excited. And they'll pull the goalie Salinger, and Army scores again. Gus Bell, the freshman, he's got his second. Senior classes in the history of this proud program, which is really saying a lot considering all the success they've had, but it's not rebuilding, it's reloading. And the Army West Point Black Knights are going to start the 2026 season 1-0. Congratulations to Coach Albarisi's team. UMass looks like they will be very